Anthony Hartwig here with a Cardinal Mooney girls basketball player profile. We are joined by junior Katie Pregibon. Katie, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's first talk about this kind of venture into upperclassdom. You know, you're one of the older players on the team now. You're no longer a young buck. What's it like to kind of be one of the veterans now?
So far, it's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed trying to be a good leader for the team, and I think it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, talk about kind of coming into a year where you can be a little bit more of a leader and what that's been like, and what you did to kind of get ready for the expectations and responsibilities that being an upperclassman would bring.
I think during the summer, we had a bunch of soccer scrimmages, and there I focused on trying to be more vocal and more encouraging for the younger girls. So that really translated into our basketball season so far. And I'm still trying to help the younger girls and explain plays and just be a good person for them.
How would you describe your leadership qualities? What kind of leader would you describe yourself as?
I would say more on the positive side. I'm not too vocal, but I try to give them all little tips and tricks and just easy ways to remember plays and what has helped me throughout the years.
Have you been trying to get more vocal, or do you think that the way you do it works really well, and in trying to just do the best you can with the way you do it?
I've definitely tried to be more vocal, and I think I've succeeded so far. Still something I want to work hard at, but yeah.
Vocal leadership is brought on by confidence. So let's talk about your confidence on the floor and where it comes from. What gives you the confidence to go out there and not just lead, but also play to the best of your ability?
I would say confidence definitely comes from practice. You have to work hard at practice, and that'll translate to games and situations where you're under pressure and you need confidence to strive. And definitely the upperclassmen, our seniors, are very encouraging. And they always hype me up and they've got my back, so it's been making me more confident on the court.
Like every player, confidence grows as your career goes on. Talk about your growth in confidence. Like, how confident are you now compared to you as a freshman, do you think?
I'm definitely way more confident, especially being one of the older girls on the court. I'm more in charge and I'm not as scared to make my own plays and take the ball to the hoop and shoot my open shots. Whereas a freshman, I was a little more timid to that and I'd pass it so I wouldn't mess up. But now I realize that mistakes are part of the game and you have to make mistakes to learn from them and to grow from them.
How much does Coach Diorio and his staff kind of give you confidence as well? Talk about the relationship there and what they do for you on the court.
Coach Giorio definitely helps me become confident. Definitely after seeing him at our soccer games, he was always there to give me a hug. And now that he's our coach for basketball, it's connected and he's always there smiling and encouraging me. And whenever I make a mistake, he always yells at me, but that pushes me to become better on the court and really focus on what I'm doing. And Coach Fire is always there to yell at us. And whenever I make a good play, he's the first one to stand up from the bench and throw his arms in the air and celebrate.
When you think about parts of the game that you think they're most responsible for getting good at, what kind of what kind of skill set do you think they've helped you grow in the most?
Definitely shooting. We work a lot on our shooting in practice because it's one of our weaker spots for our team. So shooting in practice has really helped me to become a better shooter, and I've really been growing on the 3-point shot. That's my specialty, I feel like.
Yeah, statistically, you are a very good 3-point shooter. What's it like to kind of be back there and find a rhythm beyond the arc and hit big shots for your team?
It's very fun. I like to shoot the further shots the most because it's like more of a harder shot. So when it goes in, it's just a lot more rewarding. And it's a lot more fun when it's in clutch time and you need those extra points from the three. And our team is always there to celebrate with me.
Let's talk about your journey through basketball. When did you kind of pick up the sport? When did you kind of find yourself, wanting to play it in the sense of wanting to put so much work into it, become a varsity player?
I've started playing when I was pretty young at the YMCA with all of my grade school friends, and then back at St. Charles, I've always played, and it was always so fun at St. Charles with my best friends that I've grown up with since kindergarten. And then just going into high school, I've played AAU, and AAU is a lot of fun. It's a whole different game, really. And then that going into high school really helped me, and I've just loved it.
I want to talk about your family a little bit because everyone in Mooney knows that last name, knows the Pregibon name, knows how much that it's meant to Mooney Athletics. So, talk about what it's like to be a part of this family and what kind of boost it gives you to know that you have such a good support system.
It's really rewarding. Every time I have a bad game or a bad play, I look up in the stands and I see my dad cheering me on. Just him having a smile on his face and giving me pointers on what I can improve on really helps. And my mom has been very successful at Mooney. She's in the Hall of Fame for golf. She's been to state all 4 years that she's there. And just walking down the hallways and seeing her face hanging up on the wall really inspires me to work harder because just it's so encouraging.
Yeah, how cool is it to know that like you're playing for a team that your mom's in the Hall of Fame for and that you get to represent the school that your mom did when she was in high school?
It's really awesome, and we do it in different ways. She's had a golf team from when she was there, all the girls, and she qualified with the team her freshman and sophomore year, and then individually her senior and junior year. And for me, I play with the boys because we don't have a girls team, so it's a lot different of a dynamic playing from the boys team and then going into tournaments as an individual. I get to play from the girls team tees, so it's a lot shorter of a course for me, so it's pretty much like a gift almost to be able to play from the boys team all year and then having a shorter course so I could do better for tournament.
Let's talk about the traditions that family has. We're nearing holiday times. That's when a lot of these traditions come out. What are some family traditions that you guys have? And whether it be Christmas, whether it be a holiday tradition, or something else. What are some good traditions that your family has?
My dad always cooks Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. He likes to cook lamb and ham, and we just gather as a family, us four. All of my cousins live kind of far away, so it's just us for our family traditions.
Hey, the smaller knit families, they're all you got the strong traditions there anyway. So, want to talk about you in the school because you're a student athlete. Student comes first in that word for a reason. I hear junior year can be really tough. So, what's junior year been like for you so far in the school?
It's been a little tougher academic wise. My classes are a lot more rigorous this year, but I've adjusted to it. I've been taking AP biology, which has really been pushing me, but I think I've adapted to it now and I found my ways to study.
What do you think is the toughest class you've taken so far in your Mooney career, whether it be last year, freshman year, or this year?
Definitely AP biology.
What's your favorite class?
I really like science, so I do really like the biology course, even though it is really hard. But it just helps me to learn more when I'm studying that much more for it.
Now you have a lot of time to think about future and the goals and the career paths you want to go into. But do you have anything right now that's kind of in your head of things you want to do after high school or a career path you want to try to follow?
I really want to go to college, and I've been thinking about going down to Florida for college. And I was thinking of studying something in the biology field, maybe marine biology, but I'm still not sure yet.
AP Bio, going to biology, it all makes sense. It's all coming together.
Mhm.
I want to also talk about a little bit, balancing things. You have so many tough classes. You're an athlete. You got to have a little bit of a social life as well. How do you juggle it all? How do you keep all your time managed and stay organized?
Definitely time management skills help a lot. Playing two sports in one season and still having to maintain good grades is very hard. So, just doing my homework when I can and being productive throughout school. Try to get my homework done in school so I don't have to worry as much when I come back from late night practices or long days really helps.
Even though basketball is chronologically the longest season, do you kind of feel like it's a little bit of a weight off your shoulders since you're not doing 2 and 1?
Honestly, not really. Basketball is very long, and our practices are a lot longer too. So it kind of all evens out in its own way.
It all evens out. So, what's your favorite time to study and get stuff done? Everyone kind of does their own thing. Some people like to do it at night when they get home. Some people like to do it, in the school day at the beginning of the day. Some people try to take advantage of their time between practices. When's your favorite time to get schoolwork done and put yourself into that study mode?
I think I'm the best at nighttime. I like to study a lot at night. I think I focus better at night. Maybe because I'm all tired out from the day and I'm just wind down, so I'm able to focus better on what I'm looking at for school.
Everyone learns differently. Everyone has different study habits. Talk about some of yours. What kind of things work for you? What kind of things let you get the good grades that you get?
I'm big on note taking. I like to write notes from class and then go home and review my notes and then just look at the book and read over what we learned and just kind of review everything.
We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, which means we ask Christmas themed questions in these player profiles. And we start with, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
That's a tough one. I would have to say the Griswold's Family Vacation.
It's a classic. It's a classic. I like it. Then we go to favorite Christmas song. What's yours?
Oh, that one's also tough. Probably a Mariah Carey song. She has
The traditional one, or do you have a kind of one of hers that are a little off the wall?
I don't know. I kind of like all Christmas songs.
They're all good, right? There's no way to pick one. And then the last one, best Christmas gift you think you've ever received?
Probably a trip down to Florida with my family during Christmas.
I would say that's a pretty good gift to get away from this nasty cold snow
Yeah.
weather. Ew. And then, Katie, the way we end these player profiles every single time, we want to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves for a little bit and shine on the people that have been in their life that have helped them get to where they are. So I'm sure you have a big circle of support that you want to give thank yous and shout outs to. So I'm going to give you as much time as you want to make sure those people get shouted out and thanked before the end of this interview.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad. They're my biggest supporters and they always help me. My dad has spent a lot of time with me for basketball, shooting free throws at the YMCA, rebounding for me, and he was able to coach me for golf for our practice round this year. So he's been a very big help for my academic and my sports careers. My brother, for sure, he's always there to push me. He makes me the best player that I can be. And that sibling rivalry really helps when it comes to sports because he always pushes me. And my golf coach, she always believed in me even when I didn't. And she always had goals for me to go to state even before I knew what state really was for golf. And probably the Mansfields, Coach Mansfield and Linda Mansfield. Very good family friends, and they're always there for me, always asking my dad how I'm doing. And the Stoops family and my grandma.
Katie, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on and talk to us. And we wish you the best of luck this year. We'll be out covering you all season, so we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.